Today, my topic is about how you can make sure you succeed. What do you do when things don't go the way you plan on having it? Now, in 2020, the year of which is almost over, and I can hear that collective sigh of relief from everyone. What a year this was. And there were so many things that could have gone wrong, and yet so many things that did go wrong. Maybe it was in your personal life. Maybe it was in your business life, your career, your relationships. Wherever it went wrong, you should have an approach of looking inside of yourself to make sure that you are reaching for the absolute right place from which to get the answers. Because when things don't go the way we want them to go, sometimes we take an approach of looking outside of ourselves, looking out there to see what other people may be thinking about us, to see how we may look to other people, to see just how we can redeem ourselves so that we can save our face. But I want to tell you this, that what I have personally found in my own life is that when things don't go the way I want them to go, the place that I turn to is on the inside. I go in and I take what's called inventory. Now, inventory sounds like a boring word, and maybe it is for you. And if you consider what inventory is as a business owner, if you sell products and you are in the business of delivering those products, it's important to take inventory of what you have so you know what you're able to offer. Well, it works the same way in your life, in your business, in your career, in your relationships. You have to take inventory. And the place not to go is to go out there looking for the answers. When things don't go the way they should for me, what I do is I turn introspectively. And the first thing I assure myself is that whatever it is that has happened, it's always going to be for my best good. It may not be for my best good in this very moment as I'm going through the motions of the experience. However, I know it is for my best good. And when I take that approach, suddenly the stress and all the burdens of life suddenly lift. And I don't have that pressure that's on me anymore of trying to live up to something that I think isn't working. So I go introspectively and I take that look and I assure myself that whatever it is that life doles out at me is for my best good in this moment. Now, if you can take that approach, then that will immediately relieve a lot of the stress factors that you have, whether it's in your relationships, as I said, in your life, in your business, in your career, no matter where you are, no matter what the platform is that you're standing on, it's important to take that approach. Now, what do I do when I go introvertively? When I go inside, I ask myself a few questions. I ask myself, is there something else that I can do to alleviate this condition? See, the questions you ask make it really important for the answers you get. If you start saying, well, why am I such a loser? Why am I so beaten up? Then of course you're going to get answers to justify those questions. But if you ask yourself, how or what can I do to alleviate this situation? Is there something else that I can do to make the situation better? The answer may not come to you immediately, but you can guarantee that there is an answer that is coming that's going to be more uplifting than if you were to feel sorry for yourself. So asking that question is key. The next thing I do is I look at me. I look at myself. I look at my actions. I look at my thoughts. I look at the things that I did. I really seriously take inventory of what I have been doing, maybe what I didn't do that may have led up to this situation. Because make no mistake about it, everything that you go through in life has a learning nugget for you. And it's important for you to look for that nugget. If you fail to look for that nugget, then you won't find any answers that's going to benefit your life in the future to come. The whole idea of us going through these life experiences is so we can learn from them and grow. Because each time life beats upon you, each time you fail at something, each time you don't achieve a goal, there is a learning nugget in there for you. And if you haven't taken the time to reflect to see why that happened, then you're going to repeat the same behaviors over and over and over again. Now, I know the new year is coming, and a lot of people are looking forward to when they can set their New Year's resolutions. And my goodness, this year has posed one of the biggest challenges for a lot of people, and so many people are looking forward to the new year when they can begin to create anew. But don't forget what happened all the other years before this year came about. You may have been going through some experiences and biding time. Riding the time wave of similarity is what I say. You keep repeating the same behaviors, falling in the same hole. So what I want to do for you today is to share with you an experience that you can have in order to help you to go in and to reflect, to introspectively. And in a moment, I will share with you that link. Now, remember what I said. When we want our experiences to be different, the first thing we have to come to grips with is that everything that happens to us is not an accident. It is for our own best and highest good. You may not find the nugget in it right now. You may not find the joy and the satisfaction. In fact, some of it may be just quite painful. However, just by looking and asking the right questions, you can come away with the right learning experiences that will help you to avoid falling in that pit. Never should you first go out there to look to see how this is going to affect the way you look at others. Forget about the facade. It doesn't matter. The facade does not really matter. What matters is that you are learning the experiences and you're growing from them. If you are feeling shame over any of the experiences that have come to you in life, then maybe you have attached your identity to what you are doing. You need to back it off. Back it off. Learn that you are a separate, completely separate being from the experiences that you are having. Yes, you're having those experiences because you are you, but you are not your experiences. Just because you failed at something doesn't make you a failure. Just because you succeed at something doesn't make you above everyone else and successful necessarily, because life is an experience. So learn from that experience and grow from that experience so that you, my friend, can always be one step ahead of the challenges that come. They come, they knock you down, you learn your lesson, you pick up. Tomorrow you don't fall in that same pit. Now, I have developed a survey, an inventory is what I call it, that is built on a model of success. It's the Peace, Power, Profits, ACT success model. And what I am going to do is share that link with you again. It's the drgwen.com/inventory. And when you go there, it will bring you to a page where you just enter your email and your first name, click on the button, and it opens up right into the inventory. This inventory is based on a three-part model. Awareness. Many times we don't succeed because we lack awareness of ourselves, awareness of others, and awareness of our environment. And those are the teaching nuggets that can prevent us from falling in some of those holes that we actually fall into had we paid attention. So that will definitely bring an awareness to your mind of how aware you are. So that's the first part, is awareness. The second part is creation. Creation is that aspect of life that helps you to build and to design what your life is all about. So you are empowered to take on those goals that you want to achieve. So that is the creation aspect of it. And of course, I am summarizing because it involves much more than that. There are about 13 questions or so in that particular section. You answer those questions, those multiple choice. Just click the bubbles. Don't think about it too much. Just click on the bubbles and move on to the next question. And the third part is transformation. Now, the transformation part is that part that allows you to get into action and to stay into action so that you can achieve your New Year's resolution, those goals that you set out to achieve. So it's awareness, creation, and transformation. Now, of course, there are two other parts to it. I'll surprise you on those. And those are just probably about 3 or 4 questions in those two other sections where you're going to have an overall feel of just where you are in your life experiences. Now, when you're answering or responding to that inventory or survey, you have to think of one particular area of your life alone, okay? So you can go back and do it again for another area of life, but think of one area of life. The reason why I'm saying that is usually if we're successful at one particular aspect of our lives, sometimes another aspect may be out of sync and we may not be as successful there. So if you're answering that question from the perspective of the area where you're having the most success, then of course you will have nothing to learn from that. But if you choose the area where you're having challenges right now, and you keep that in mind as you respond to all of the survey items, then at the end what you will find is a display of your answers right there on the screen. And in your email, you will receive a summary of your responses and a couple boxes that you can look at to read to coincide or to coordinate your responses with what the inventory actually says you need to do in order to succeed. So this is how to discover what you need to succeed. And that survey is one that's in development, yes, but it's at a stage where I feel like I can put it out to give you some valuable information. So just go ahead and complete that information and look at the inventory. And if you feel that we need to connect further, then you know how to reach me. It is info@thedrgwen.com, THEDRGWEN.com, or you can schedule a session, a complimentary session on the drgwen.com/complimentary. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this nugget, and I hope that as you take inventory of your life in this moment, this will prepare you for the next year that is coming so that you will be fortified and prepared to meet the challenges that confront you. Take care now. Bye.